Today, our topic is stress. This is going to be our enemy number one, which is quite capable uh, to destroy our health, to destroy all our relationships with the people, to destroy our success and our ability to attain our goals. It has the capacity to do it. Before you are declared as dead, it's better to learn to manage it. I have attended lots of seminars and workshops. Even I was in different seminars. I was unfortunately the speaker. But today I'm going to make a confession. And the confession is, the more I tried to advise people be good to handle your stresses, or to how to get away with the stresses, the daily stresses, the more I felt that I am in fact entangling people into stresses a bit more. I'm actually dragging them from a state where they were less vulnerable than when they came to now, they become more vulnerable. And you know why? Because a study was conducted in USA that people, thousands of people actually who experience stresses in their lives, they divided those people into two categories. The number one category was that people who experience stresses, but they did not give those stresses that heed, that attention, that importance, the way that stresses has affected them. And there were other people who were actually aware of whenever they used to feel stress, they used to know it, and they used to feel the changes in them, and the kind of efforts they used to put in to get away with it, to fight with it, or to get rid of it. Number one, people who experience stresses, but they did not give that stresses that much attention. They felt as if that's something normal. We have to have stresses, we have to, those stresses will come, it will give us anger, it will actually destabilize us a little bit, it will actually affect us, but it's okay, we can't just, they just a kind of surrender. Okay, this is what it is, and this is not a bad guy. And there was another kind of people who are a little bit, who consider themselves a bit more aware of, a bit more self-aware, who actually started to know all the changes, the triggers that they experience at different occasions. That's another category of people. And the bad news is, those who knew that they are experiencing stresses, those who started to fight with it, those who resisted it, those who put in all the efforts to get away with it or to get rid of it, were the people who died out of stresses, out of different diseases. The cardiovascular diseases, they are the resultant products of experiencing stresses. So today, my presentation would be that you should learn to make stress as your friend instead of your enemy. Why? After studying NLP and hypnosis, emotional intelligence, I believe we should get to that few secrets of our brain that I often share with you. That is, our brain works on the principle of resist and persist. The more we resist something, the more that thing stays in our brain. It doesn't matter whether something is positive or negative. The thing that matters is that stays there, because our brain cannot differentiate between something positive or something negative. Our brain cannot differentiate between fact and fiction. Whatever you believe, whatever you behave, your brain is going to work and function on that same pattern. So if a stress comes in, and if you start to feel frightened that it's going to affect you, if you feel frightened that it's going to destabilize you, so your brain actually raises alarms, and that alarms does all the damage to our body and to our mind. But if you experience a stress, and you consider stress something inevitable things, because it's always, the topic is always, whenever you go to something about anger or stress, That is the management. It's not the anger or the stress eradication or deletion. It's always the anger and the stress management. You need to learn how to manage it. So you need to accept it, that you have to experience stresses. And once you experience and stress, and you start to weave stress as a friend. How? Because when you experience stress, so your brain actually generates the hormones that we all are in love with, the oxytocin, the love hormones, the cuddling hormones, that is released, and that hormones actually goes and being sensed by our the neurons, the sensory neurons, which are associated to our heart. Actually, that is being sensed and felt, and that actually helps to strengthen our heart, and consequently our body and our structure and our physique and our physical existence, and we create a resilience against all the diseases and things, and ultimately we happen to live longer happily, because already in my previous videos I have taught you how to lose weight. So you cannot lose weight by hating your obesity. You have to love being slim. You have to imagine being slim. You have to visualize being slim. You have to see it. You have to feel it. You have to hear it yourself being good. You have to focus on all the pros and especially the positive things about that slim you, that smart you, that good looking you, that fresh breath you, that actually slim and smart with good looking people are actually appreciating. You have to visualize it, because your brain just behave the way you believe, and your brain cannot differentiate between fact and fiction. You just have to, because your brain at the same time also loves to run towards positivity, positive things, than running away from negativity. You're running away from something and then you're going towards something positive. So actually it helps you in that way. So today the point or the lesson of this video is, you don't need to resist something to get away from it. Either it's your anger or it's your stress. Once you'll start to accept it, it's going to be a part of your life, and then it is going to create a resilience or an ability to be more powerful against those stresses and anger. And the thing that I would advise you at the end of this video is meeting with people, caring for people, knowing about people, getting connected with people is the solution of all your psychological diseases, including stress and anger.